What's going on YouTube, man? It's IMAXB and I'm here with part 2, and pretty much in this part of the video, all I'm going to do is just run through like some functions, some of the outside functions over here, and just some of the on-screen camera, like the setup and stuff like that, things that just, make the camera a little bit easier, and you can set it to your preferable style. But so let's just go ahead and get started. So right here we have our, of course we have our on and off button right here, our power button right here. We have our control dial, our control wheel, however you want to say it. We have manual mode, shutter priority, aperture priority, stuff like that. We have our recording mode right here. Right here, if you had like a flash, like a external flash, or if you were using like a strobe light trigger, you would place those right on top of here. If you have a mic, I think a mic might go in here too. I'm not too sure. I know that's how it works on the camera that I'm using now, but a mic might go in here now. I haven't used the mic with this camera, so I'm not really too sure. Right here we have our flash button. So boom, if you hit this little button right over here next to this little wheel, and you press it, the flash will pop out, and you can just press it back in. It won't hurt a thing. You have like a wheel, like a little control wheel. So I typically have it where if I'm using manual mode, it'll flip through my settings for me, like it'll change my shutter speed for me and stuff like that, or I could flip from picture to picture, whatever. Right here, this is the shutter button. So if you halfway press it, it'll start auto focusing for you. You can hear it. If you all the way press it, that's when it actually takes a picture for you. And let's see. And right here, this is where you change if you want autofocus or if you want manual focus. So manual focus, you'll click it, and you have to turn it until everything begins to get in focus. Or if you want to just use autofocus, you just click it on. Yeah. All right, and then just click it on, and it'll begin to autofocus for you. Let's see, and right over here we have our port. So like if we had like a mic, if we were using like an external screen or something like that, I believe you can hook it up to a TV too, if I'm not mistaken, but you'll place everything right in there. Right underneath here, right in here, this little door right here is where we have our battery, and this is where we have our SD card right in here. Let's see, right here we have like our live view. So if you want to look through and see the person or whatever, you could just look straight through and get a live view. And you'll just use this button right here to flip back and forth. So you can use the on-screen mode, or you can use the live view mode. So when it's like this, it's on the live view mode, so you can look straight through and see. And then right over here we have a few functions. So let's say if you were on a picture, let's use this. My friend took this one. So let's just say we use this picture right here. If you want to zoom in, you can just press that and it'll zoom in for you. If you want to zoom back out, you can do that. And if we want to delete an image, you can just hit the little trash can right here, go to erase, bam, camera erase, picture erased. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the overview functions of the outside of the camera. So now let's go ahead and dive into the inside of the camera. So how will we get to our main menu and stuff like that? You just hit the menu button down here at the bottom. So boom, and you can use this button right here, the one that says AF, and the one over to the left of it, to just flip back and forth. Or you could use the control wheel right here, and it'll flip for you too. It's just multiple ways to do one particular thing. But let's go ahead and start with the basic camera setup and stuff like that. So right here is the image quality. I shoot in RAW because it makes for better when it's time to edit. It makes for better coloring, in my personal opinion. So I shoot in RAW. Some people shoot in JPEG, but if you find that works for you, hey, go ahead and do so. Beat is like when you take a picture, or like when it's auto focusing, it'll beep for you. Like when it's auto focusing and it's locked onto the subject, it'll beep, and then it's letting you know, hey, I'm ready for you to go ahead and take the picture, and boom, you can go ahead and take the picture. Image review. So if you want to review an image, you can have it where the camera holds it on that particular image, or you can have it where it holds it for 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 8 seconds. Red eye reduction, like if you were using a flash, sometimes a human eyes, it'll look like red or something like that. So then you'll just turn it on. I keep it on typically, but I don't even use flash like that. But you can use it, and it's aimed to reduce the red eye reduction. Let's see. exposure composition. So you could set the camera to where it automatically keeps everything overexposed by one stop or under one stop or something like that, however you want to do it. But typically don't use it. I just adjust to the lighting situations. Auto lighting optimizer, I don't know too much about it, because when I did try to play around with it, I didn't really see a big difference, but I believe it's aimed to like help with like the contrast in photos and give you like a bigger dynamic range. I believe like it kind of, the camera will kind of correct photos a little bit, so it just kind of aimed to help you, give you like a better correction with colors and stuff like that. Metering mode, I use evaluative. I can't remember what these mean. It's been a while since I used this camera, so if you all need me to explain this in another video, I'll definitely do so, but I have to play around with it to actually remember the different ones. It's been a minute. It's been probably a couple years since I've actually used this camera. And let's see, custom white balance. You can set your white balance. You can do a custom white balance. You can shift colors however you want to. I typically never use that. Color space, I use Adobe RGB. Picture style, I typically use faithful, but neutral works sometimes. Portrait, monochrome, that's black and white, so you know, whichever is more preferable to you. Let's see, ISO, so max ISO. In the third part of this tutorial, you'll find out what ISO is, but you can set the max ISO, so if you want to max out at 400, 800, 16, 32, you can, but I have it to the highest amount that it goes. Live view is just what I was talking about earlier in the video, so like if you want to see live, you could just look straight through it, hit this button and look straight through and take the pictures like that as well. Grid display, aspect ratio, I keep it at 4/3. Protect images, so like let's say for instance you want to protect certain images, so I could select this image if I wanted to protect it, and you'll see a little key icon pop up right there. So that means if I try to delete it, so let's say let me go and find this image and let me go try to delete it. So it's protected, so erase, it says protected, so I have to turn the protection off in order to delete the image. So that's very useful tool, so you don't accidentally delete anything. And let's see, not really too important on this menu right here. Histogram. Histogram is like pretty much shows you like if you're overexposed, if you're underexposed, if you're exposed, you know, okay, a decent fairly amount. Boom. Image jump with wheel, so you could jump. You could use, you know, jump screens with the wheel pretty much. You have a little slideshow for the images and stuff like that. Everything that you have on the camera itself. Auto power off, you know, where it turns off automatically if you don't use it. Auto rotate, I believe if you take it one way, it will switch it for you when it goes on to like a computer. How you format the card, that's how you delete everything off. LCD brightness, how bright you want the LCD screen. Date and time, language. Right here, if like you want to manually clean the sensor, it'll pop up or something like that, but I haven't used it because I don't really want to mess with that stuff because I don't really know anything about it. Don't want to mess anything up. Wi-Fi, when you first get the camera, if you buy it brand new, it's gonna ask you to like set it up. It's gonna give you a password to use as if it's like a Wi-Fi network or something like that. And pretty much you can transfer images from the phone, right? I mean from the camera right to your phone. All you have to do is just download the Canon app. But the camera will pretty much tell you what to download and everything like that. But it's an app you can download. You can access all images. You can download them straight to your phone, and it'll save right in your camera roll. So that was very useful because some clients, I was able to get their photos to them right after the shoot, so they can get a realistic view, because the display on the camera and the display on the actual phone is better. The display is on here is fairly decent, but you can't really get a clear look as to what the image looks like. So that's why I used to just send it to an iPhone. If you want to erase all the settings, you could just clear all camera settings. And right here is favorite, so if you want to have just quick access, you don't feel like scrolling through all of these, you can just have quick access, boom, go into whatever you need to go into. And yeah, and that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, that's pretty much a full guide. I don't think I missed anything. If you need to know how to eject the camera lens, all you do is just hit this little button right here, turn it to the left, and it'll pop right out. And And the only way on how you would put it back on, just match the red dot up with the red dot that's on the camera, and boom, you'll hear a click and it's locked on. It's not going anywhere. And other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it for the Canon Rebel T6, guys. In part 3, I actually touch on manual mode, so I recommend some settings that you can use if you're ever in certain scenarios, like if you're ever in a sunny condition, if you're ever in a cloudy condition, or if you're ever in a super low light condition. I have setting recommendations that you could use, play around with, and you just go outside and practice, and that's how you'll get better. Honestly, just continue to just keep practicing, keep working. And other than that, but hope this video was useful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share to any photographers out there that's beginning, anybody that want to learn about cameras, whatever the case may be, share it to them. And if I didn't cover anything in this video, just drop it in the comments, and I'll answer one-on-one. If I need to, I'll make a video on it. But other than that, man, y'all stay tuned for part 3.